Now, I just got off the phone with one of my cousins. She said she seen the reports and it said that he was beaten and bruised. Both his arms was broken and he had a broken leg. I'm gonna let y'all do the math. Now, this school has history for being racist. Even going all the way back to the 1980 situation that happened with the sit-in. I love to refer to that situation because that was one of the significant situations that happened with one of the black revolts that happened at this school.
Breaking news, Delta State University. Step right up, because y'all boldly declared there was absolutely no foul play in Trey Reed's death after he was found hanging from a tree on campus. Oh really? Then who's explaining the two mysteriously broken hands, the shattered leg, and the whispers spilling straight from his own family members? Well, according to reports, the family has now hired Ben Crump, the high-profile civil rights attorney famous for representing families in major cases like George Floyd and Breonna Taylor, to dig deeper because they refuse to swallow that no foul play narrative. But while they keep pushing for answers and chasing the truth, at the end of the day, the burning question refuses to die. Will Trey's death actually be investigated? Or is it destined to rot as just another hashtag? Another name tossed onto America's endless pile of tragedies it never faced head-on? Enough build-up. This case is messy, it's loaded, and it's evolving fast. So let's dive straight into the chaos. Alright, here's the setup. Trey Reed, just 21 years old, a student at Mississippi's Delta State University, was discovered hanging from a tree near the pickleball courts on campus early Monday, September 15, 2025. His death unleashed a storm of grief across the university, forcing officials to cancel the school's flashy centennial celebrations for the 100-year-old institution. But barely hours later, Delta State University police strutted into a Monday afternoon press conference, declaring with straight faces that no foul play was suspected in Reed's death and, conveniently, there was no threat to the campus whatsoever.
The university is deeply sad to confirm the deceased individual is still on campus. At approximately 7:05 a.m., the university police was notified of what appeared to be the body of a black man hanging from a tree central campus near the DSU pickleball courts. We later identified the male subject to be 21-year-old Trevion Reed of Grenada.
On top of that, Delta State University rolled out their polished official statement, insisting, earlier today, Delta State University staff discovered the body of student Trayvon Trey Reed of Grenada, Mississippi on campus. University police and local authorities were immediately notified and are conducting an active investigation. University President Dr. Dan Andis commented on the university's sorrow, saying, "Our community is deeply saddened by this loss. I have spoken to Trey's family and expressed our heartbreak. Counseling and support services are available to students through the O.W. Riley Counseling Center and to faculty and staff through Human Resources." The statement also noted that Delta State University Chief of Police Michael Peeler stated that there is no evidence of foul play and no ongoing threat to campus safety. They also said that multiple law enforcement agencies, including the Mississippi Bureau of Investigation, Bolivar County Sheriff's Office, Cleveland Police Department, and the Bolivar County Coroner are assisting in the investigation, and that all inquiries concerning the investigation should be directed to Chief Peeler and University Police. Notice how they doubled down, swearing there was no foul play. And that's exactly where the outrage caught fire. Social media erupted, with people shouting that black folks don't lynch themselves, especially not in Mississippi. Honestly, this kind of pushback is nothing new. We've watched this play out countless times when families get the tired line, "Oh, nothing to see here," even as the evidence screams the opposite. Trey's case slices deep because the image of a young black man hanging feels far too close to America's recent ugliest past. And here's the kicker, people connected to the school are blasting its history of profiling, claiming black students have been targets for years. And once you glance at the demographics, the university is predominantly white, and that fact only makes those accusations sting sharper. So when something like this goes down, people immediately start connecting the dots. If students of color already felt unsafe, if they were already being profiled, then Trey's death doesn't read as some random tragedy. It reeks of a bigger, nastier pattern. One parent even shared a first-hand account, and here's exactly what they wrote. "Our son was at Delta State 2 years ago and left, fearing for his life. He was calling home talking about some of the things he was experiencing along with some of his friends. White guys riding around on campus throwing trash at them and calling. He finally got the tag number and called the police. They did nothing. Our son began to put pressure on the police department because it was constantly happening and he hadn't heard back from the complaint he filed. He didn't just become a target at Delta State, he became a target for the police department for demanding that they do their job. One night on campus, our son had to run for his life from the police. Eyewitnesses contacted his mom and I when they arrested him. Now, this person also explained that they had called both the county and the city, but were given the runaround and told their son had not been taken into custody. For the entire 5 hours they remained there, refusing to leave. Officials kept insisting that he wasn't being held. Eventually, after a standoff that lasted 5 to 6 hours, they were finally told that he was in the back. Apparently, even though the entire incident was caught on video and witnessed by several people, the courts did nothing. The family said the story went viral on Indisputable with Dr. Rashad Ritchie. Yet, the court still refused to arrest the white men involved or hold the police accountable for kidnapping their son. Later, their son called them to say he wanted to withdraw from Delta State because he feared for his life. He had been repeatedly profiled and felt he could not trust the police to protect and serve him. And in the end, he left. Basically, the message was crystal clear. The Reed family needs to do whatever it takes to get justice, because foul play is written all over this. And making things even messier, rumors flying across social media claim Reed had 2 broken legs and other injuries that would have made hanging himself impossible. Well, guess what? The campus is still clinging to their no foul play line. In fact, Bolivar County Deputy Coroner Maury Rohr told the Mississippi Free Press he assisted Deputy Coroner Dwayne Proctor in examining Reed's body. And here's the twist. Contrary to all that social media buzz, Rohr flat out claimed he saw no broken arms, no broken legs. His exact words? "I saw no broken limbs. I don't think I should go any further than that. My opinion? It was self-inflicted, and I've got my reasons." Well, meanwhile, the family isn't backing down 1 inch. They've already brought in Ben Crump to dig into the case. Crump, the founder and principal owner of Ben Crump Law PLC, a prominent law firm out of Tallahassee, Florida. For decades, he's earned the nickname Black America's Attorney General, battling systemic injustice through landmark civil rights cases against police brutality, discrimination, and wrongful death. Now he's vowed to launch a transparent, independent civil rights investigation into Reed's death, teaming up with the family's call for accountability and real answers. They're accusing authorities of botching communication and mishandling the case, demanding nothing less than full responsibility. And in his statement, Ben Crump added, "Trey Reed was a young man full of promise and warmth, deeply loved and respected by all who knew him. His family and the campus community deserve a full independent investigation to uncover the truth about what happened. We cannot accept vague conclusions when so many questions remain. I stand with his family and I will lead a team of civil rights leaders and organizations in pursuing transparency and answers for Trey's family." The family clearly has the public's backing because people online insist this feels like history repeating itself. A young black man taken far too soon. Officials shrugging it off while a community demands answers. Some point to Mississippi's ugly past. Others cite the school's profiling reputation. And plenty are bluntly declaring that black people don't lynch themselves, full stop, and outrage online swells every single hour. Well, let's talk about the questions blasting across the internet. First up, where were the cameras? A university campus in 2025 should be crawling with surveillance. No excuses. Those cameras could have easily revealed exactly what went down in the early morning hours of September 15th. In fact, that footage should already be released, or at the very least reviewed by independent investigators, not just the campus police running their own show. I mean, if this man was on campus with cameras and every modern gadget tracking movement from the second he left his dorm or stepped on campus, you'd expect footage covering every single move, right there. And look, no one is saying it's impossible that Trey didn't take his own life. Cause here's another angle folks are tossing around, the idea that maybe what Trey was battling had nothing to do with Delta State at all. Let's be real, college students haul mountains of pressure, family expectations, money problems, messy relationships, and the non-stop stress of just trying to piece life together. Some argue Trey might have been wrestling with private battles nobody saw, and that his death could have been tied to tragedies outside the school walls. But whether Trey was failed by the system, by his circumstances, whether failed by institutions, crushing circumstances, or silence around mental health, the truth matters. His family and the community deserve answers. But don't forget, even if Trey took his own life, that fact doesn't erase the larger, systemic problem. What pushed him there? Was it the toxic environment? The profiling? Or if he was actually lynched, then who's responsible? Is the campus covering up the truth? Hopefully, with private investigations underway, real answers will surface soon. But until then, drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'm watching.